So here we have part two of our latex skull molds tutorial. So I painted these at about 8 o'clock. It is now 11 o'clock. So they got the first layer at 8 o'clock, and as you can see, the top layer has changed color. Okay, so that's time now to put on the second layer of latex, with the exception of the eye sockets here, because the latex is thick there, and if I put on another coat, it's going to pool there and it won't cure properly. So largely around the skulls is fine. The flange hasn't dried, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, so these are ready for the second coat. And now, after the second coat, I can speed things up a little bit from tomorrow morning. We'll put the second coat on now and we'll leave it to dry. Like I said, I'm not going to do into the eye sockets because there's already, the latex hasn't dried there at all. I'll just do it around the jaw, around the teeth. So the first layer, as I said, was to catch the detail. So the subsequent layers will be to support the weight of the material in the mold. That's all there is to it. This is not rocket science by any means. I'm not going to paint another layer on that flange because it hasn't dried at all. So it won't do any harm if I do. It doesn't make any sense because it's not ready to go. Okay, so it'll start to dry tomorrow. Right, so that's skull number one, has now two coats. Two of somewhere between 20 and 30. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a little bit there. They start to dry actually. So we just get the layers on now. From this point on, it's a matter of just throwing that latex on to create our molds. Just make sure, as I keep saying, get under the cheekbones. The back of the head. You see this flange on this part here has started to change color, so that's actually ready for another coat already. That's good news. Can just throw it on. I'll paint another bit around. Yeah, it's starting to dry out already. That's good. And then finally, this is the purple. He was painted purple, the skull, so you can actually, when the purple color is no longer visible, we know that the latex is thick enough to remove. Lots of latex. Get the good coverage there. Put on a good bit. That's good. So I'm going to bed now. And by the morning now, this certainly should have dried, and then we can throw on even more. More and more latex. I'll just make sure I didn't miss any. Yeah, there's a couple of bits here. And tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I have any, I have some latex thickener. And I can add that. And that will speed the process up, and it also makes the mold much thicker, more resilient. Okay, so we're just going to do the last few bits very quickly. I think there's a bit there, and a bit there. Okay, let's have a quick look. So it hasn't, in this particular skull, the latex hasn't pooled in the eye socket. So I'm going to get my brush in there, really get the latex in. Also in the nostrils here, the nose, you want that latex in there as well. It hasn't started to, yeah. If it was starting to delaminate, you'd feel it. It would be starting to come away from the main body, and then it's just time to throw it out, basically. So that's not happening, so I'm lucky. Well, I'm fortunate now. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay, so have a quick look around the skull there. Everything's okay. Last bit on there. Just in the corner. Make sure you get it into every part of your mold, or every part of your original. So there. I put the brush back in, covered up. I went through quite a bit of latex there, but then I'm doing 2 of these. So the chances are, it looks like I missed it. The chances are I'm going to have to buy some more of this liquid latex, which of course I buy from MBFG fiberglass. Polycraft liquid latex, MBFG fiberglass. Okay, so that's a shout out to them. I hope they're listening to me, and maybe they can give me some free product, or maybe I'm not big enough just yet. We'll see what happens anyway. But the quality of the product is very good, and the delivery is cheap. The cost is very reasonable. Okay, so that's that for tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow and we'll see what is occurring then. Just quickly, we have a look at this while I'm here. This is a cold cast bronze candlestick holder that I made, or cold cast copper. So if you see, it represents sort of like the three ages of womankind. You've got the old woman there, the nubile woman, and then the pregnant woman. This was actually for a customer in America who requested it specifically, and it was great and everything. The only problem is I got a bubble in the nose, and it's very difficult. It's very difficult to make this particular piece without any bubbles. So here's one. I have to make another one. And again, there's a bubble in the chin. I don't even know if it's worth filling these in, because there's a reasonable amount of material in those, and the resin and metal is really expensive. So I'll polish it up tomorrow. I might be able to fill that tiny little hole in the chin there, but I'm not happy with it because I know it's there. Anyway, this is the self same model, which was made from Herculite, and I just painted it with a see, bubble in the chin again. I'm not actually sure now at this stage if this might be a flaw in the inside of the mold. No, actually this wasn't Herculite, this was also resin. I just dry brushed it with gold. So I'll take a picture of this, I'll send it to the guy on Etsy and see does he like it. And if he's happy to go ahead, I might be able to do something with that little hole there, but I'm not happy with it. I like to send out stuff only that's perfect, so we'll see. If I can fill it, I can fill it. If not, I'll just cancel the transaction. It's a pity. Okay. There's our three happy skulls, and we'll see those in the morning. Nighty night.